Pinkies up, y'all.
Pinkies up, bitches. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm John Tell, your guy here, back with co-host Meg tonight. We're back with another webisode, bringing you all the tea. How you doing, Meg?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, love?
I'm blessed. I can't complain. At the end of the day, we're here reporting the good old news per usual. But we just got a couple stories today. We're just trying to kick it with y'all for a little bit. It's been a minute since we just vibed and shot the shit. You know what I mean? So I just figured we just kind of take a breather today. I'm gonna kick back. I wish I had a glass of wine, to be honest. That would be nice.
Yes, for sure.
However, I'm gonna sip my tea because here at the Tea we provide news, interviews, commentary, pop culture, politics, music, and more. And nothing's off the table, so things can get spilled when you don't censor a dish. Raw news and resources mixed with history. We're here to be the true and authentic independent media. So, as I always say, what Kool-Aid are you drinking? Because we've got some tea for y'all, a healthy dose of information that will feed your soul, inform, and educate. You already know we want to thank you for viewing and supporting. And if you would like to support more, get your notifications set to be informed when we are live. You can check out the information at the bottom of the screen scrolling across. If you're looking into advertisement opportunities, interviews, or want to provide information, DM us, text us. You already know. So today we just have a few stories, nothing big, nothing major. Democracy Now! Does have some stories that we can show you links for so you can go check it out. But to be honest, I think it is nice to have those little breathers. And it's been a minute since I just honestly just came on to shoot the shit. But I want to start real quick with this post from Ben Crump. Members of a high school football team in Yuba City, California, acted out a slave auction involving 3 of their black teammates. Making a mockery of this deeply painful part of our history will never be funny. Forfeiting the rest of this varsity team season is far from an adequate punishment.
Yes, that's crazy. That looks like a hazing ceremony to me. Doesn't that look like hazing to you?
Why are they all in their they're all in their underwear? I don't understand how they let this these dudes let this happen. I would have been bodying dudes. Like you're not finna have me go up there and do what? You want me to do what?
He's got something on his face. Did you see that?
No.
He has the one on the far hold on. Right there. The one in the black and white has something on, like a black mask on his face.
I think I did see. Let me see one more time. Yeah, yeah. Yo,
This is
this
like
is
hazing. That's what it reminds me of, is hazing.
somebody literally said, "I don't care. This shit's funny as fuck."
Wow.
Who raised you?
How is it funny? I think it
And
looks like a mockery to everyone involved.
exactly, and like this is what I'm thinking. They didn't have a choice. How did they not have a choice? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I would be like, "You want me to do what? Fuck you!" I would have punched any of them in the face. Anybody can get it because
Right.
that's what's not happening. I'm
It's a
not
free
letting
for
it
all.
happen. But you know
Right.
what? I've seen incidents where there was this TikTok trend where there were black girls that had white boyfriends. These are young kids, mind you. Black girls that had white boyfriends who would take their hoodie, they would be wearing a hoodie, they would rip their hoodie, like their hood down, and
Mm-hmm.
pull their ponytail up as if they were lynching their girlfriends. It
What?
was a trend. And how is this okay? How are these girls letting this happen to them? How do you not see the significance of how damaging and how this is and how this is not funny? This is not a game. This is not okay. I want to know who the fuck raised you. Your ass needs to be beat
For real. With the go outside and pick the stick.
and
In
taught
the
some
South,
education.
yeah, like in the
Let me
South,
take
whenever
your go ahead.
you're in the South, whenever you're growing up, like back in 30 years ago, you had to go pick the stick that you were going to get your ass beat with. Those kids obviously
Facts.
went without some ass beatings like that. Like, I'm now, granted, these days it's called child abuse, but I guarantee you I never would have done some dumb shit like that.
Facts. You talking about picking a stick? I'm talking about take them asses to the fields and pick some fucking cotton because that's how you act and that's how
Yeah,
motherfuckers
for
treat you. And then you
real.
go and see how our ancestors felt and the pain that they had to endure. You think that this is a motherfucking joke? It's not a
Right.
motherfucking joke.
Exactly. Talk about it.
Period. Shit is crazy. We can talk about that real quick. First of all, why? Because we talked about it on the urban conservative, that we have a broken generation and these kids now today think that they could just do anything and they don't understand how insensitive things are, and but they're the first ones to call cancel culture and the first ones to, do you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Like i'm a little
Right.
older I'm a little older, I'm a millennial, whatever. The fact of the matter is, like, I was raised a certain way. I have a
Right.
certain perception of the world. I have an understanding of where I came from and those who came before me and where I stand. And I stand to make a change and progress my people. And when I see these young kids doing shit like this, it breaks my heart, but it reminds me that I got so much motherfucking work to do. This is some shit.
Right. 100%. And it's disgusting that these kids think that it's okay. I'm with you. I'd like to know what their parents say about this.
For real. Like, I look, on one hand, I want to rip them out of that school and like nurture them and care for them and educate them, but at the same time I want to beat their ass because, like, how did you
Right.
let this happen? I would have rather you get in a fight and get expelled for bodying all these motherfuckers than
Right.
to put yourself through that kind of torment.
Sometimes common sense ain't common, bro.
It's mm. Okay, so after Hurricane Ian hit Fort Myers, black neighborhood residents say they aren't counting on getting any help. Shannon Tolbert and her cousins had no power 2 days after Hurricane Ian made landfall, so they cooled off in the shade of an SUV trunk Friday afternoon in front of her house. And they live in Dunbar, which is a historically black area of Fort Myers that
Hmm.
also houses a growing Hispanic and Latin population, just like many places, like
Wow.
30 years ago. Lining the roads were uprooted trees, straggled power lines, and piles of fence remnants and storm debris from Ian's Category 4 winds. And she's saying, quote, every time we have a storm, we're the last ones to get power. Mm. It's
What the
expected.
hell?
Where it's black and brown people, we get it last. And you know what's crazy? I was watching this documentary and I did post it on the Leon Black Independent Media Facebook page, by the way. You can go check it out. There was a story about I believe it's a town in either Missouri or Louisiana. It's literally in the dead center of Louisiana, and there is this explosives plant. It's where places all over the country, notably Disney World, sends all of their expired fireworks. I didn't know fireworks could be expired.
What? I didn't know that
Right.
either.
Right. So they send these expired fireworks to this facility in the middle of Louisiana that no one in the neighborhood consented to or wanted or thought was okay. They didn't ask for this place. No one told them it was even coming. Now it's a heavily forested area. It's one of the most pristine forested areas in like the South, right? Especially in Louisiana.
Right.
And so they like it. You know what I mean? They like it that way. It's 2,500 people, and the town is predominantly black. And you know where they built this facility? Closest to the most black people in the area, the most poorest of the people in the area. And the thing is, the white people are sticking up too because they're all getting affected with all kinds of what's it called, asthmatic problems and
Mhm.
respiratory issues. And it's been like there's one guy that moved there. Uh, he was not from the area. He moved there after the plants happened, and within 3 months of being there, he's now on a ventilator.
What?
They dispose of explosives by like setting them on. They bomb the explosives, like they set them off. They detonate the explosives in some way and let the smoke from them just go into the atmosphere. And so, of course, it just falls like silt onto the
Right.
immediate area. And you remember, this is all trees. These are all trees. So, like,
They
think
need to
about
run
all
for
the wildlife,
governor.
trees, and water that is getting affected by the silt that is not okay for the environment
No.
or the consumption. People's water, they can't drink the water anymore. So things like that, people have to think about. And it's black and brown neighborhoods that they largely build things like this that are most harmful to the environment. They build it closest to redline communities or communities of poor people or poor people of color. And it's a
Right.
big issue. It's a
A
big
hundred.
issue.
And then those people don't have the resources necessary that they need, that, I don't want to say it like that white people would have, but how white people have had for, millions of
Right.
years that, as far as like attorneys that can represent them in civil court to get them compensated for not only their injuries, but like just for making them vulnerable. Like that's some
Hurricane
bullshit.
Hurricane Katrina. There's
Hmm.
a lot of black people that moved to Texas and other states, and they didn't. A lot of people didn't receive money. They didn't get
Right.
help. You know, um,
Right.
it's crazy.
100%. And it's so sad. It's like such a fucked up world that we live in.
Jackson, Mississippi. Is it Mississippi? Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi, without water because of their water treatment plant getting overflowed by the Mississippi River, and then on top of it, with the hurricane and stuff, they're still not out of the water. No pun intended. They're the next Flint. They're the new Flint, even though Flint isn't out of the water either, are they? I haven't checked on that.
Right. I had seen something about it a couple of days ago, but I'm not 100% sure.
So we just got a story sent to us via our other co-host, Chaz Neal. Shout out to Chaz Neal.
Yes, thank you. There's a
This
serial killer on the loose in California.
what
Yes, in Stockton, California, area now has been linked to 6 murders and 1 non-fatal shooting, police say. A serial killer is on the loose. California heads up. Stockton, California.
yeah, serial killer linked to 6 murders, not one non-fatal shooting. So that at least means that someone can give a description and account of what happened once they're okay. And the average age of the primary male victims is 42 and mostly Hispanic. Interesting. Stockton police
What?
have released a video of a person of interest in the serial killings. The police chief warns everyone in the Stockton area that being alone is, quote, not the best thing to do at any moment of time, which is correct. Never go anywhere in public alone, especially if you are a woman. And that is not to put up any stereotypes, but there are a lot of predators when it comes to finding victims in the sense of women. So just being careful in general is the
Right.
thing,
We're
you
already
know.
as women, we're already vulnerable enough. Like definitely anybody. Like it doesn't even like matter about gender. Like we all need to leave or go places with one another. So you have somebody that's just not you.
It's important. It's what we do here. Talk about community, right? It's who
Right.
we are. It's what we're about. The Leon Block is, the kind of that's the kind of people we are. I want to pivot a little bit because we always talk about some motherfucking news,
Yes.
and the Leon Block is so much more than that. If y'all have been tuning in and rocking with us for the past 2 years, y'all know we talk about a number of things, and we never had them on different specific shows. So we're working out to where we're being an authentic network and having different shows. So we have like probably 2 or 3 more shows that we're going to premiere for different topics and different things. And so a lot of the things that you've seen over the past 2 years with different, just like low key, chill, laid back discussions with guests and stuff about everything under the sun, or even things that they just want to talk about, or just people shooting the shit. We're gonna do more of that just to keep a balance of shit. It's been a minute, you know what I mean, and I want to get back to that. But speaking of past episodes and what we used to do, I do want to give you little clips and bits of past episodes that we have done. Take place. Because this is when you're embracing the revelations that are encouraging you to do something different. This Sunday coming up, October 9th, is the Hunter's Moon. This episode is the Hunter's Moon from last year. And I honestly don't even remember what I was talking about in here. I really don't remember. However, I'm having a little get together for my album release and a listening session, and we'll commune under the moon. You know,
Yes.
charged. The harvest moon or the hunter moon is a significant moon. It's the precursor to death, which brings birth and renewal, and the time of year that it signifies. So, really looking forward to that. And let's go ahead and get into it. This is also when the universe throws curveballs in your direction, forcing you to see things from a new angle. Bottom line, a full moon shines a light on what you're not seeing, allowing you to find pathways you may not have been aware of. The spiritual meaning of the October 2021 full moon in Aries is about owning what you care about. Don't fight your better instincts, just go for it. That's true.
Yes. I'm like loving this. I'm definitely looking forward to the full harvest moon.
You don't You don't need to be a full blown witch to know the full moon is a spiritual experience. True. But did you know there's actually an astrological reason for its significance? The full moon is when the sun, the ruler of your external self, forms an exact opposition to the moon. Right. Or with the moon. Right. The ruler of your internal self, which can lead to some pretty major self-discoveries. So true.
Mm-hmm.
As these two sides of yourself face off, it's difficult to repress revelations about what you're meant to be doing. And while full moons don't always change your life completely, they can definitely nudge you in new directions. Mm-hmm. Listen up. The upcoming full moon, aka the last full moon before the spookiest of holidays, Halloween, will have a strong impact on those born with their sun, moon, or ascendant in cardinal signs, i.e. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn B, especially between the degrees of 20 and 30. If that happens to be relevant to you, then you should mark October 20th on your calendar because this full moon could shock you with its significance. And again, for us this year, 2022, the harvest or hunter moon, it is October 9th. And it takes place at 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which right now it is 2:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The upcoming full moon could feel like a bright jolt of energy as it takes place in passionate, courageous, and oftentimes impulsive areas. And when Aries enters the equation, it forces you to make a decision. Aries leads on instinct instead of mulling over the answer a million times. It tends to trust its initial idea. This can instigate a moment of boldness and ambition that sends you straight towards success. Mm-hmm. It can also lead you to make a snap decision that you wish you had given some more thought. Wow. I really dig that. I don't even I do so much. I do so many episodes, as y'all know. We have been for the past 2 years doing webisodes daily, but now we do multiple episodes daily. And right. So I don't remember doing this, quite honestly. So that was really cool to see that. And if you want to check out this full episode, which is only 15 minutes, but you can check it out via our YouTube channel, the Leon Block channel. Meg, some great news. So the video clip that I was telling you about from rehearsal today, if you go on TikTok, Ben Oaks on TikTok, you'll find it. And it's got 3,000 plays already.
What? Shout out Ben Oaks. He's a OG from the OG. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, for real. Shout out to Ben Oaks. Ben Oaks, as y'all know, if you ever see in the credits, Ben Oaks is our multimedia producer and music correspondent. And very soon, come 2023, you will see a couple shows from him and more music from him. Lots of visuals. We'll be going on tours and hosting more events as the Leon Block, so stay tuned for that. I also, at some point, want to go back and do clips from the Juneteenth event that we did and the episodes that we did. We did air Juneteenth and a new fight for freedom within the penal system last night or this morning. This morning it was. So definitely go check that out on Facebook and YouTube.
That moon is so tranquil. Like, that looks so calming.
It does. It does. And I'm eager to see what the moon is going to be like this year.
For sure, because 2022 has been super trying. I'm not sure if that's just like for me or if it's, for everybody, but I was like knocked off my balance in April whenever my dad suddenly passed away.
Right.
And ever since then, like, it's just been, and then like 2 months later, my best friend since I was 12 years old died. And
that was me, dude.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but it's been crazy growth, things that I've always been super shy and conservative, if that's the proper word to use. And like being on this show and being like, to talk about things and comfortable, getting uncomfortable has made me grow so much. And I just thank you so much for that. And for always being my ear, my shoulder, everything in between, because life definitely throws us curveballs sometimes, but we just have to, grow from it.
That is true. And, in my artistry, I talk a lot about that. You know that growth is everything. And I was talking to someone about this the other day. They're like, you're such a know-it-all. And I'm like, hearing that grinds my fucking gears, because that's the issue that I have with society and people. Because I'm not a know-it-all. I know a lot, and I'm proud that I know. I want to know, don't you?
Right, of course.
You don't want to know more. You should seek to learn and seek to know more every freaking day. And it really grinds my gears when people say it's like knives just shooting through me. The fact that like it to me, that's saying, okay, you don't like that I seek
and knowledgeable, right? Yeah, I've had family members tell me that. like
What
very
does that
close
say
to
about
my,
yourself? You know,
right.
like how do you feel about yourself that you feel the need to talk about someone else in that way?
Right. And
You
at
know,
the end of the day, it defines them. It doesn't, like what people say to us, it doesn't define us necessarily. It defines them and how they
exactly.
look at their selves and, how their self love, is wired. And
That's the big thing.
there's always a deeper issue, like you can communicate and get through anything as long as you have an open mind and an open heart, and you're willing to learn and be taught something that's, sometimes we didn't know, we don't know. I'm constantly learning, and I'm sure like you can say the same every single day.
Yeah.
Like, especially with these podcasts, like not only I know my realm, but at the same time, like I learned so much more just by being here and being present and
For real.
listening.
For
And
real.
like I value that so much because there's a lot of things like that, and we always teach each other, especially like
Hmm.
in our group for the Special Agents for Justice. Like we're
Hmm.
constantly learning, about something that we was not familiar with prior. And I think that's such a good thing. Like it
Yeah.
feeds water to your soul for real.
But it shows that we're not perfect and that we're learning and growing through life too. You should seek to learn something new every single day for the rest of your life. And I think that we sell ourselves short when we're going through life in this capitalistic mindset, like we're just drones, just working, eating, shitting, and playing video games and watching Netflix. And we are so much more than that. We have an experience to live. And that
Right.
means that entails learning something new every day and sharing experiences. I have things unique about me that you don't have, but that you learn. And you have things unique about you that I don't have, and I learn. I learned so much from you, and I feel so valued and honored to have you on this journey with me because there's a lot of things that we see about life in the same way. And there's nothing bad about learning. If anything, it
Right.
feeds your growth, it helps you learn. And sometimes it's okay to be vulnerable so that you can open yourself up to, like, it's like, okay, like, sometimes like when you get a say like you something happens and you peel the skin off of your thumb or something, right?
Hmm.
And that skin is like really tender and raw for a little bit, but
Right.
then after a little bit the skin grows a little tougher, and it doesn't hurt anymore. You don't really think about it. You don't know when that moment hits that all of a sudden, oh, it doesn't hurt. Like, you don't think about it. You're going about your life,
Right.
and time keeps moving. We have memories and we have thoughts of things, which is
And
cool.
that's what's amazing, like having great, people surrounding us, is because like even every single time, because everybody in this movement suffers from some kind of mental health
Fact.
problem,
Yep.
like, and somebody had said it last night on my show that people with a higher IQ have more mental health issues. And I can
Yep.
totally see that as being correct. But
It's
it's
true.
so amazing whenever your people, like your tribe, can water you, like water your
Yeah.
spirit. Like I
Yeah.
always tell Tammy, like, thank you for, after our conversations, I'm like, thank you for watering me,
For
because like
real.
it's not just organizing work. It's not just, being a friend to somebody. It's just being present and teaching them something that they didn't know. Like those type of people are so valuable, and I love it.
Man, I can't thank you enough. Like,
Yes, I love you.
everything
Thank
has,
you.
I love you. My eyes have been open to a lot of more things, and there's so many things that you do that I can't. And so you add a very unique, you have a very special presence here at the Leon Block, and we're very, very happy to have you. We're gonna do
Thank
so
you.
many awesome things in 2023, yo.
We're taking over.
Facts.
We're taking over.
It's like, speaking of, we have 5 shows on our network. That is something for us to be very proud of, that we've
That's
launched
fire.
shows. Yes, Revolution Newslink, State of America, The Urban Conservative, Freedom for All, and T.
Yes.
And they all have their different styles and different things that they talk about. Um, Actually, speaking of, like, Freedom for All, that's your show. Tell the audience more about, like, what you do on your show.
Yes. So on my show, Freedom for All, we really look into carceral, which is jail situations and jail, conditions and problems that we have nationwide. If you guys want to tune in, I'm not sure when it will air next. It'll be within the next like 24 hours. There has been in Licking, Missouri, where my mom was born and raised. This town is probably like 300, maybe got like 1,000 people, I would say, at the high end. And it's a state prison facility there. They've had 7 deaths in the past month.
What?
So so I shed light on situations that people don't always talk about. And it kind of makes people uncomfortable. Just like last night, we spoke about Castillo Vaughn, who is a 32-year-old Black man currently in Elmore Correctional Facility. And he's like 75 pounds. He's being malnourished and mistreated. And the conditions that goes on inside these prisons, we never know, because that's the last place we want to end up. We never know police officer involved shootings because we never want to be there. But what happens whenever it does happen to your family member? What happens whenever it happens to somebody that you love? You need to be prepared, and you need to be in the know of how to handle situations and how to, protect yourself and your loved ones. So tune into the next episode of Freedom for All with your girl, Meg.
Yo, I really love watching your show and seeing the direction you're going in and the kind of things that you do. It'd be really dope to at some point, see you on the field, going to sitting in front of a prison and talking about the data you just accumulated about some case that you're working on or something.
Yes, give me a microphone, and I'm super quiet. If you do meet, like whenever people meet me in person, I'll be like, no, this is not the same girl, but I'm definitely quiet. But like, give me a microphone and I will raise hell, because these people Paul Reardon died in Lancaster County Prison in February. His family is still searching for an attorney to take the case.
Wow.
Just like John Coma, he was 67-year-old veteran of the United States. He died in like 5 days after being released from prison. People don't realize this shit. Pay attention, everybody, because this stuff is sickening. It's disheartening. But these elected officials that we put into office are letting this shit go on. Mm-hmm. So the first thing when I heard about Licking, I was like, who's the commissioners? Who's the warden? I've already emailed.
Right. You was on it.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And my cousin used to work there. And so, we keep hearing the same stories on repeat. People bring, things, contraband, they say is the word for it, the drugs into the prison. They, it's easy for a CO, if they're making something off of it, to turn their head. Oh, I didn't see nothing. Well, that person's life mattered. Like, hello, get the fuck out of my face with the bullshit. Let's be accountable. Because if it was me or you, we'd be in motherfucking jail, honey.
Facts.
Pinkies up.
Pinkies up. Yes. Yo, speaking of, I was looking for, it's irking me because I don't know where it is, but I wanted to show people all of our fellow independent media crew, because, well, they're just as awesome.
Of course.
I forgive me. It's here somewhere.
And while you look for that, Jontel, for our audience, if you guys have a story of any kind of jail-related conditions, incidents, deaths, police officer involved shootings, if your family has been mistreated by the system, any kind of injustices, or even government corruption, hit us up. We want to hear your story. One mic, one voice, one platform. We are here for you, and let's talk about it. That's the only way that we can, educate the public, is to talk about it. So let's have some tea. We could have some Freedom for All. Whatever you need, let us help you. We will bring the resources and the people that need them the most together. We will be the bridge. We got you.
You're so awesome. This is why, we all here on the Leon Block Independent Media have our own lanes, but we all have similar views, and we're all headed in the same direction, and we work well together. We don't always see eye to eye, but we always hear each other. We're always heard. And I just wanted to give a shout out and a big thank you to all of our affiliates as well, because they do amazing work too for us. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Family Soup TV,
Soupy soup.
Soupy Soup. Yes, I wanted to give a shout out to Dave Moon TV. Can't forget about our brother up in Canada, or area that is occupied by Canada. Stay True and Revolt. Shout out to Merlin. We also got our shows on the Leon Block Independent Media. We've got T, Freedom for All, State of America, Revolution Newslink,
And
and
our girl Dora with Augur Media, she brought the heat last night, honey.
oh,
Like, I was so excited for my co-host last night. Like, they vibed with me so much, and it made my life so much easier. And it's so amazing. Like, shout out Soup, Matthew, Dora. Like, you guys are grade A gems in this world. It takes such, courage and grace, and there's so, it can't be said enough. Thank you. We love, our team for sure. And we couldn't do it without you guys.
for real. Yeah, I still can't find this thing, but I will find it. That sucks. We do have a little bit of information that we will share with you really quick. But I am so so determined to find this video and share it with you, because it's important that we shout out our comrades and show you that it's important to showcase unity and community, whether that is community from where your local neighborhood or the world in general. We are one organism, we are one unit, and we need to continue to do more to act as such.
Yes. Connected through community. Love one another. Check on your neighbors. Check on your friends. Plant seeds of love and happiness and prosperity. Educate one another. Don't get offended easily. We have to have thick skin, especially in this type of situation. We are going up against not only the shark tanks, but the sharks are pets as well.
Facts. I want to get into something real quick, as we are looking for people that are looking to connect with us as well, in the sense of sponsorship opportunities and such. So if you're looking into more of that, let us know.
Looking to advertise your business to a diverse and conscious audience? Are you looking to give back to your community or have your voice heard? The Leon Block is looking for you. We want to provide people and small businesses with more traffic while connecting more people from all backgrounds, as well as integrating viewers more into what we do. Community is everything. Will you join us in helping build a better community? The Leon Block Independent Media Group is a grassroots independent media platform by the people seeking to fill the gaps news deserts have created. Left and socialist leaning, we are pro-black, and we cover stories of police brutality, human rights, environmental issues, racism, and more in a more in-depth way that the mainstream can't, won't, and doesn't provide. Our mission is to change the way citizens look at media, to embolden everyone to take part in politics and become an integral and active part of their community, to enrich all of our lives, and to combat racism. We focus on police-involved cases and incidents of racism, spirituality, world issues and news, history, music and art, environment, and many more. The Leon Block Independent Media is a network providing press, arts, and other media and resources aimed to better reconnect the most oppressed. We run daily web shows through social media, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and post information about current events or simple memes to make you think. We try to target different audiences, and we do not censor anyone as we seek to provide truth that mainstream media does not. Check out our websites. You can also reach out to us via email or text. And if you'd like to reach out for more information or more information on our sponsorship opportunities as well, please hit us up through text at 484-909-0873. Hope to hear from you.
Yeah, so those are a lot of our affiliates there. Definitely go ahead to those pages as well and check them out. Shout out to Black Lives, The Streets, Protect Our Babies, Free Agents for Justice, Revolution News Link, The Urban Conservative, Augur Media, State of America, Dave Moon TV, Stay True and Revolt, T, Freedom for All, and the Family Soup TV. These are all trusted independent media resources or outlets or networks that you can reach out to and be heard or get trusted information about what is going on in your area. And you know what? I like the fact that we have a nice tight knit community, but it's always important to stretch our wings and gain more of a wider audience. So music is the way to the right. Music is the way to the heart. So definitely stay tuned for just music sessions where we just vibe out to music and chill. Music that you probably haven't heard, music that you're not gonna get in the stores necessarily, or local stuff. So
yes, we have some amazing artists out there, including Circumstantial Saint, Sir Dominic Jordan.
Yes. And if you have music that you want to be heard, whether it's on SoundCloud, send it to us. We want to broadcast you. We want to broadcast your sound. As long as it's conscious music and it's feeding your soul and it's feeding our soul, we will listen to it and we will put it out. We're going to aim to do a music episode once a week so that we have a diverse arrangement of not just information, but vibrations and feels so that you can heal. You already know I was on rehearsal tonight, so I was in a rhyming freestyle mode. I don't know, something came over me, but it was really chill. Like I had a really good time. I just let the vibe flow. And I had been so nervous about it before, but it ended up being a really good time. I'm really proud of myself and really happy. And please, like how everything went, you would have loved it. You would have loved the whole vibe. I'm mad that I, wasn't able to record because of,
I'm super proud of you for getting uncomfortable because you're shy as well. So Man, you got this.
It was super. No, you're right. Like, it's important, and that I think we've been like posting stuff about that lately. Is like getting uncomfortable, getting naked, and being vulnerable in front of people.
Right.
Getting uncomfortable forces change and forces growth, and you learn something. And that's why a lot of people don't like learners like us, and they call us goody two shoes and know it alls, because we know who we are. And when we tell
Right.
the truth like it is, and when we tell people about themselves, they don't like it because it's a reflection of who they are, and they don't want to deal with the reflection. They can't look in the mirror and see themselves. They don't like change. They don't like being unvulnerable. Who likes being vulnerable?
Right. And who likes getting told anything that they do that's not right? I mean, I
Who
don't
likes
like
being
it, but I
right?
know it's from love. Like
Right.
it's all in how you receive information and how much you love yourself and love one another. Like relationships, even not even like love relationships, like with your spouse or significant other, but like just friendships. Like
Right.
we talked about this earlier. You're my soulmate, work,
Facts.
husband, whatever, we want to call it, because
Facts.
it's an understanding of love, and like
Yes.
we want each other to grow, and like that's what it's all about, is coming
Yes.
together. They want to divide us. We will not be divided. We will grow stronger. We are taking over. Like all of these
Talk about it.
affirmations, the power of words. And the one thing that I did learn this year from a great friend, shout out TJ Griffin, is he had told me exactly, and he told me at a bar with Michelle whenever we was at a networking event. And he said, Meg, the most, think of life as a tree, and think of like your goals and your, ambitions and things, your passions are the fruit. So
Yep.
you don't want the fruit on the bottom. You want the fruit on the highest branches that are able to, bear the most nourishment and the most
And
growth.
get the most light.
Yes. And
Yes.
so that's one thing that he told me, and I ran with that. And the power of words, like,
Yeah.
also has been completely amazing, because how we look at ourselves, how we speak onto our lives, that really matters.
It does. What the words that we speak have such vibrations in them that they affect us. And the more that you say words that you may not believe or feel at that time, the more that you say it, the more that you begin to feel it, the more that vibration affects you. And before you know it, you're going to feel and actually protrude and be and embody that emotion.
Right.
That feeling.
100%.
For
Trust
real.
me, every time I'm posting on Facebook, I am blessed and highly favored. I'm probably the downest, like, you could ever see me. But you know what? By the end of the
Talk
day,
about it.
or by noon,
I'm
I
blessed
am
and highly
blessed and
favored.
highly favored.
Talk
Like,
about it.
I am wealthy. I affirm it. I affirm the passion. I affirm like the protection and the shield of the spirit. Like, you have to affirm those things onto
Mm-hmm.
yourself,
Yep.
because how you do that is how others look at you. And how that shows, it's a true reflection of how you look at yourself.
Ooh,
So that's
talk
so
about it.
important. Yes. So all of our audience, we affirm that you are blessed and highly favored, that you are wealthy, that you are happy, that you are prosperous, and you have extreme longevity. Feel the love, because that's all that it is over here for sure.
I couldn't agree with you more, Meg. We are blessed and highly favored, and it is a blessing to be experiencing the experience of life. We got to
Right.
understand and know that,
Right.
uh, I can't thank you more. It's already 48 minutes in, so we got to wrap it up. But I will be back. I'm going to do an episode of some music vibes. And, I'm thinking of calling this show Vibes, just so people can get feels, because we might do like meditation sessions one week, the next week it might be hip-hop
Yes.
vibe. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes.
Meditations are everything.
Right. I've been playing around with it a little bit. If people have been paying attention, we have done some sessions where we just play some jams. So we want to see how people feel about that. But yeah, I'm thinking, I just came off that with the top of my head right now, but it would be cool if we called it Vibes, like VIBEZ.
Yes.
Right. I think that would be really cool. So, we'll talk about that when we get off alive, because,
Sounds
I
good.
want your input. Yeah. And I was speaking to that. I was speaking about that with our multimedia producer, because ultimately it's all going to be his department. And we've been working on this for about 2 years now. It's just starting to come to fruition, but this is stuff that we've had in the pipeline and pipe dreams and ideas. But we're all about making dreams come true.
Right. You're growing and evolving. And that's the best part of like, growing and evolving, like truly you're educating
Organically,
yourself.
no GMO.
Yes, for real. No additives.
Facts.
Pinkies up, bitches.
Yes. Pinkies up, bitches.
Always.
Yes. It's important. I think, of course, Pinkies Up came from, having tea, but also I think it's important to note that like Pinkies Up showcases also what the Leon Block stands for, and a lot of Black and brown people are down and out and feel like they have nothing and are oppressed, and then when they get something they want to flaunt it on and wear it like a coat because they still don't feel what they feel they should inside. And the color of the Leon Block, purple, represents royalty. And that's why I chose purple. But Pinkies Up for tea represents purple. And then there's purple in Freedom for All. There is purple in the Urban Conservative.
There's a deeper meaning of everything. I loved that whenever you told me that. I was like, so it feeds my soul though, brother, for real, because like the black and brown community has been proportionately like incarcerated, and police involved shootings, all of that. So it's amazing because you're there. We are all royalty. It doesn't just, you don't have to be just a queen. You are royalty, regardless, like of color, gender, anything. You are royalty, and we love you, and we stand with everybody in unity and solidarity.
I fucking love you.
Pinkies
That's
up.
what it's all about. Pinkies up, y'all. Pinkies up. Now, as y'all know, we here at the Leon Block are all about being clear and understanding what the fundamental problem is, and understanding that the root problem is this crooked system. So the only way we can have change is if we bring leaders in and commit to the long haul, commit to connecting through our community. So you are the media, and you are what helps us grow. So just by donating or even simply sharing this stream really, truly helps. If you want truth and raw news, as we all want, we've got to do it ourselves. Being informed is important, and without information, true and real information, we are left in the dark and with a weak spot. So we will change that.
No more weak spots over here. Down everybody equally.
This is why I love you. That's what I'm talking about, yo. And I love your support, Meg. And I love everyone else's support. Chad's support, Soup support, everyone. Dave support, Matt support. Y'all know who y'all are. If I ain't dropped the rest of everyone's names, but all the support means so much. Every like and comment, every discussion, it means that people want to know what's really going on in the world. And it means people have solutions, any ideas. They just need to find a place to let them be heard. And we here at the Leon Block are here to be your platform and your mic and your voice,
Yes.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So we are going to get out of here. Y'all already know what we're about. We're here to change the way citizens look at media, to embolden everyone to take part in politics and become an integral and active part of their community, to enrich all of our lives, and to combat racism, to change the way we experience our lives. We focus on police-involved cases and incidents of racism, spirituality, world issues and news, history, music and art, and environmental issues. So, as usual, thanks for rocking with us, y'all. Make sure you meditate on your path, celebrate your being, liberate your spirit, and educate yourself. I'm John Tell.
And I'm your girl, Meg. Check me out on Freedom for All.
That's right. Nice plug. Have a good one, y'all.
See ya.